Hello everybody, welcome back. I just want to let you know about this workshop that I went to through the Regional Arts and Culture Council. They put on a lot of different great workshops for artists and creative people alike. They also provide grants and a lot of really awesome opportunities for people to get into the arts or go see them for cheap. And they partner with Work for Art and a lot of other organizations that help to bring more art to more people, which is awesome. I love stuff like that. But the workshop I went to was based around getting your 2014 going, having an action plan, some strategies and goals, and it was hosted by Gigi Rosenberg, who wrote a book called The Artist's Guide to Grant Writing. And I went to a couple of her workshops last year through the Regional Arts and Culture Council, and she's amazing. She's such an awesome person. She's a writer and she's a coach for other artists to become really successful and also helping them define what success means for them, which I am really, really into that. But anyways, so some of the things that I learned that I want to share with you is that you always need your coaching voice. And that was really, really interesting to hear because Gigi has been working as an author and she's just been a really, really busy person for a really long time, and she thought that there would come a point in time where she just wouldn't need her coaching voice anymore. But she was talking about how she always needs her coaching voice to just give her a pep talk, just to keep her motivated to keep going. So that was really, really awesome to hear because I sometimes feel like I'm dependent on my coaching voice, but it's really, really important to have that. If you're trying to make like a really, really important decision on something, just take a minute to just pause and just put a pause on that project, put a pause on that decision that you have to make, and just ruminate on it. Just think about it and just kind of step back for a little bit so that you can have a moment to detach from it and then get back to it, so that when you do, it won't be as anxiety inducing or stressful or whatever. I know that definitely helps me, especially when I make my videos, because it takes a lot of time and effort with the editing and everything. And so sometimes I just need to take a breath, just step away for a little while and just, you know, go do something else, like clean my room or whatever. We also talked about goals and making sure that they're SMART, which is an anagram for specific. Yes, so the S is for specific, M is for measurable, like can you measure out the progress that you're making on your goal. So for example, my specific goal is to be making one video a week, and it's definitely measurable because if I did do a video that week, awesome. If I didn't, then I didn't. Attainable, is it like too difficult? I don't think so. I've been able to make videos on a somewhat weekly basis if the computer doesn't crash, or if my camera doesn't mess up, or if I don't get sick, which I am a little bit sick right now, but well enough to make these videos. But yeah, it's totally attainable. I can totally do it. It's just, it's just weird. But anyways, so the R is relevant. Is it relevant to my interests? Is it something that I want to be doing? And yes, I love making these videos. I love talking to everyone. And I just love sharing things that I've learned to help others, or to put a little bit more circus into your day, and it just feels great. And then the T is time bound. It is time bound because I have exactly 1 week for every video. So, oh no, wait, no, time bound means like how long are you going to be doing this, right? That's what it means. So I want to be making one video per week throughout the whole year. So that means I will have, by the end of the year, around 50 videos. Maybe more, maybe less. Probably not more, because I'm making this goal specific. So this is specifically the videos that are patron funded, that you know, the patrons get to see first, and then the day after everybody else gets to see like just the normal hashtag circus life vlogs. So yes, so by the end of the year I should have about 50 episodes of it. If I have less, then that means I didn't make my goal, but that doesn't mean that it was a total failure, because the point of all of the goal is to have a destination to move towards, and it's a journey. So that's the way I'm thinking about it anyways. I think that I will be able to do it. So anyways, we also talked about getting organized, and one of the things Gigi told us not to do was to check our emails first thing in the morning, which is really, really hard for me because I'm going to school, and so I have to check my email in the morning just to make sure, you know, that I'm on top of everything that I need. So as far as emails go, Gigi also mentioned that you should only check them throughout the day as well, which I really like that idea too. Just taking a little bit of time every so often just to check your email, and especially when there's a ton of email that you have to go through. For somebody who has to go through a lot of emails, it's like a lot less stressful when you don't have to just sit there and just answer every single email. And she also mentions that you should have a research folder for any emails that you can't answer right away, like any emails that will take more than 2 minutes to reply back to. Just put it under research, or, you know, come back to, you know, just another email folder that you can check. Also, I would suggest marking those emails as unread and then put them in the other folder, because then they'll pop up as, you know, oh, you have new emails in your research folder, and that'll kind of help remind you to check them. Somebody talked about something really interesting, which I was really, really concerned with as well. Her question was that she wanted to become an artist this year, but she also wanted to make enough money to pay for her bills and things like that. What Gigi advised her to do was to divvy both of these sides up, because there's clearly an artist side and there's clearly a money side. She wants to become an artist and get recognition and, you know, some prestige as an artist, but she also wants to make sure that she is paying her bills, making sure that she has a roof over her head and things like that, you know. And so what Gigi talked about was just divvying those two things up for this year. So instead of focusing on art and money, just focusing on the artistic aspects and the money aspect, which is something that I'm doing right now. For example, I teach at gymnastics and circus arts, and that's how I get my income, is through Portland Parks and Rec. So that's like my money side, and my art side is actually kind of that too, which is really exciting. But I also train on my own, you know, work on my own skills and juggling whenever I can, also doing gigs and things like that. So I am definitely going to keep going with that route this year, in terms of just keeping my arts and my money kind of separate, even though they're starting to merge together, which I'm really excited about because of the Patreon page. Well, I mean, they're not really divvied up so much with me, which is really exciting and very lucky for me. I feel so blessed that I get to do what I love and also get paid for it. I love teaching kids. They're so cute. They make me so happy. But yeah, but as far as the aerial dance goes and actual performing, that's still kind of an arts thing. I don't get paid for that very much, but I'm working on it. I really appreciated this tip. This was awesome, because sometimes I do this, but sometimes I don't. Another piece of advice that Gigi gave us was to have a nightly check-in, where you are just focused on what you're doing tomorrow and looking at your schedule, making sure that you're prepared for the next day, so that when the next day does come, you're not scrambling around trying to find everything. And I know that when I actually do the nightly check-ins, I am so much more prepared. So the nightly check-in is amazing. I love it. Unless, of course, you're a night owl, in which case it would probably be a morning check-in. Like, what are you gonna do tonight or something like that? Because I know quite a few artists who are night owls. Like, they just really like working at night. And so their schedule kind of revolves around that. So whatever your big picture is, it is beautiful. That was another thing that she mentioned, was that you should not compare your goals with other people's goals. Because everyone's different. Every artist is different. Every person is different. Some of the people at the workshop, they wanted to make great social changes, and other artists, they didn't even know who they were yet. Like, as far as an artist goes, like somebody that I was sitting with, she is working on becoming an artist, but she's not entirely sure what kind of artist yet, but it's definitely going to be in the visual arts. So her goals for this year are to try a bunch of different classes on painting and sketching and just exploring a bunch of different types of arts, which is really exciting. I love people who want to be artists but don't know what kind of artists yet. They're like artistic stem cells. They just have so much potential, and from there, like, they also get like all these different kinds of skills that they never would have gotten any other way if they hadn't explored what kind of artist they want to be. Like, for me, I knew I wanted to be a circus artist, but I wasn't entirely sure what kind yet. But before I wanted to be a circus artist, I'd done like 5 years of baton twirling. So I have a lot of baton twirling experience. And then when I was getting into my experimental phase with circus arts, I tried juggling, I've done aerial dance, I've done contortion, I've done hand balancing, I've done partner acrobatics, I've done gymnastics. So that gives me a lot of different kinds of skills and different types of technique. And dance too. I did dance for a really long time as well, because that was part of the baton twirling. So now I know what kind of artist I am, but I still have all these different skills that have come with my specifying of what kind, specifying specifically what kind of circus artist I want to be. Sorry to be a little redundant. But yeah, it was an awesome workshop. Gigi is amazing. I actually picked up a book from the workshop that I haven't gotten yet, and I'm really excited. I wanted to show it to you. Hold on a second. Alright, so the book that I got is I'd Rather Be in the Studio. It's the Artist's No Excuse Guide to Self-Promotion, because I'm super afraid of self-promoting, because I don't want to seem like a jerk or like I don't care about anybody else. I don't want to seem like selfish, but I also really, really want people to know what I'm doing and how excited I am about it, because I think that my energy can be contagious sometimes. So yes, I've already started reading this book. I definitely suggest, if you are working on the same things this year, to pick it up. It is really, really good. Instead of chapters, she uses excuses. One of them is, for example, I'd rather be in the studio. Why should I have to spend a bunch of time self-promoting myself when I could be using all of that time in the studio practicing, painting, writing, actually making the art. But, for professional artists, they know that a huge chunk of being a professional artist is to be your own, promotion team, which is really, really hard to do, because, for me, for example, I've done baton for 5 or 6 years. I've danced for 5 or 6 years. I've done aerial dance for 5 years now. I've been doing contortion for about a year. I've done partner acrobatics for a couple of years. I've been promoting myself for half a year now, something like that. So it is definitely another skill set that I have to practice. And it's very technical, it's very boring and scientific and statistical and just math and numbers and money and just all that icky stuff that I don't like to think about or talk about. So this book is going to help me do just that. And hopefully it'll do the same thing for you if you pick it up. So thank you all for watching. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, I have a set. I've been working on this so long. It's in my room, so I've been cleaning my room too, as well as putting this together. But it's all of the different handouts and posters, not all of them, but a lot of them that I've picked up from Portland circus troops or shows or different things. One super special thing that I have is a program from the Umbrella Festival, and I got a whole bunch of people to sign it. So yeah, I really like it. Like a bunch of the performers at the Umbrella Festival signed it for me, and it's super awesome. I love it. So yeah, be sure to check out my Patreon. I'm also on Tumblr and Twitter. I have a Facebook page, so if you would like to follow me there, feel free. I'd love it. I'd love to have you join in on my conversations. I would like to hear what your 2014 goals are, or if you've made a 5 to 10 year plan, I'd really like to hear about it. So please tweet at me, write on my Facebook wall, write in the comments below, like if you like this video, all that fun stuff, all that good stuff. And definitely check out my Patreon and subscribe. I make 4 videos every month, and I will see you all again next week. See ya!